True energy security lies in a vibrant and competitive market. The WESM is a bold move in the electricity market reform. Vibrant competition in an open and well-functioning market has been the heart of electricity industry reform in many countries around the world. WESM provides the level playing field for all market participants. Generators are given equal opportunities to profit within the discipline of a competitive market, while buyers are given the power of choice from among multiple sources. In its first year, it appears to me that the WESM has had, and this is an understatement, an interesting time. The results of the first year of operations will continue to be studied by many observers, investors, and other jurisdictions for the lessons that we have learned. Despite this, the most important overall objective has been achieved, that of establishing transparency and symmetry of information. This is fundamental to our industry. Without it, there can be no competition. For WESM is about competition. Competition leads to efficiency, which leads to competitiveness, both for the electricity industry and the economy as a whole. I believe that markets must work for the consumers. The Arroyo government is committed and remains focused to help ensure that consumers will benefit from electricity industry reforms. Come November 15, the industry and government will enter into a new era in the electricity industry. On that day, November 15, the stakeholders will be coming together to exercise the most fundamental form of self-governance, the election of its own leaders for the next year. To the stakeholders and members of the WESM, you created this market. This is your market. Protect it. Strengthen it. Be an epitome of good self-governance and integrity. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations to the men and women of PMC and WESM participants, governance committees, and stakeholders for the first year of commercial operations of WESM, which officially started last June 23, 2006. Let me also congratulate the market operator under PMC for the smooth and transparent functioning of the competitive market with the state-of-the-art technology. As chairman of the Philippine Electricity Market Board, let me also reiterate that the board continues to be committed to rising to the challenge of providing an environment of good self-governance. I ask the men and women who will take their oath today as the new members of the WESM governance committees to be the ideals of integrity, fairness, and competence. Let me reiterate that our commitment is to the Filipino consumer and businesses. We remain focused on making the energy sector a center of excellence and a protector of public interest. We will achieve this objective in partnership with the private sector and the businesses. Moving forward and beyond, it is vital that swift and decisive action be made now to address the challenges of the future. We cannot afford to repeat the mistakes of the past. Only by our vigorous and single-minded pursuit of these reform objectives can we secure sufficient power supply for the next generation of Filipinos. And once and for all to say goodbye to our fears that the Philippines will not have the power to make a brighter future. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Secretary Reyes. We'd like to request Secretary Reyes to please remain on stage as we call on the WESM Governance Committee members for the oath taking. Starting off from the Rules Change Committee, the President of the Philippine Electricity Market Corporation, Lasse Holopainen. Please proceed on stage. Thank you. Next we call on the Vice President for Operations Planning and Business Development Department, PMC Market Operator Robinson Descanso. Next on stage, the Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the National Transmission Corporation, Jesusito Sulit. Next on stage, the Vice President for Hydro Generation National Power Corporation, Melburgo Chu. Next, we call the Department Manager, Philippine National Oil Company Energy Development Corporation, Ramon Diaz de Rivera. Next up, the Senior Assistant Vice President, Manila Electric Company, Nixon Howe. Next, we call the Deputy Administrator, National Electrification Administration, Pablo Pan III. Next up on stage, the alternate members, starting off with the Senior Superintendent, Manila Electric Company, Vicente Sioson. Next, we call on the Trading Operations Department Head, MC Market Operator, Edwin Mosa. Next up, the Corporate Legal Counsel, Power Sector Assets and Liabilities Management Corporation, Liberty Dumlao. From the Market Surveillance Committee, first on stage, from the Legal and Financial Consultant, Southeast Asian Masters Education Organization, Regional Center for Education Innovation, Simeo Inotech, Bernarda Lavisores. From the Technical Committee, the Managing Director, FB Mapile and Associates, and Chairman, Distribution Management Committee, Francis B. Mapile. Next up on stage, we call on the Assistant Vice President for Technical Services, Ayala Property Management Corporation, Edgar F. Alcazar. From the PEM Audit, we call on the full professor from the Asian Institute of Management, Felixberto Bustos. And next up, we call on the Corporate Attorney Office of the Government Corporate Counsel, Gloria Victoria Taruk.